your first week of making observations at your area, it probably occurred to you that it was a little dull. Okay? Last week, I measured a rose bush, and the new growth on it was 40 centimeters. In and of itself, that's just a single point. After making my observations the second week, I saw that that rose bush had grown to 45 centimeters of new growth. Now I have 2 points. Now I've got something to talk about mathematically. Let's go ahead and graph these 2 points. What I'm going to do on the x-axis is put the time. On the y-axis, the growth. So at week 1, my rose bush was 40 centimeters wide. There's the point. After 2 weeks, it was 45 centimeters wide. Now that we have 2 points, we could model this data. In between the 2 weeks, our rose bush grew 5 centimeters. So if we go out in time to say next week, week 3, if this were linear growth, we would expect in 1 week's time for it to grow an additional 5 centimeters. So my prediction is that next week it will be 50 centimeters wide. In the same way, we can go backwards. If our first week had 40 centimeters of growth, at time 0, if I decrease by 5 centimeters, I could get a width, an initial width of 35 centimeters. Connecting these points gives us a line. And we could write the equation for that line, which would model the growth. We know that the growth is increasing 5 centimeters each time, so our rate of change is 5 centimeters per week. In the world of math, that rate of change is called slope. And what we've done is we've taken the second week of growth, subtracted the first week of growth, and divided by our time. So we've got 5 centimeters for 1 week. And that's our slope. Now, at time 0, our y value is 35. So our y-intercept is 35. And that's the y-intercept. Once we know those 2 things, we can write the equation for the line, and that is the growth, our y, will equal 5 times our number of weeks plus 35. Or, using our variables here, growth equals 5 times plus 35. Once we've got an equation, we can go ahead and predict out in the future what our bush will do. Only time will tell, and this is just a mathematical model.